Ready for more? No, let's see, 5-minute Disney Pixar stories, kids? Because our next story is on exactly page 127. The story is called Coco, the Rivera Family Band. The Rivera Shoe Workshop was full of exciting sounds. All three cousins had an upcoming celebration on their minds as they turned their tools into musical instruments. No, only one more day until Dia de los Muertos, said Abel. Yep, said Miguel with a grin. And tomorrow is a talent show in Mariachi Plaza, too. We had the best idea for that year. He had the best idea for that year. What if our family performs together in a band? Meanwhile, in the land of the dead, someone else was having the very same idea. What if? Mama Imelda pondered. For this year's Dia de los Muertos, all the Riveras perform together in the land of the living. Now, how will we know where to go or what to play? Said Tio Oscar. Mama Coco laughed. There's a talent show in Mariachi Plaza. Miguel performed in it last year, and something tells me he'll be there again. As for the songs, said Mama Imelda with a sly grin, I think he'll choose one by our very own Hector. Now, back in Santa Cecilia, the cousins' workday finally comes to a close. They headed outside to talk things over. We never performed in front of an audience, said Rosa. What if we messed up? Added Abel. Don't worry about that, Miguel replied. This isn't for them. It's for us. It's a chance to honor the music that's in our blood. Meanwhile, in the land of the dead, Hector was absolutely thrilled. I think performing together will be fun, especially now that music has returned to our family. Exactamente, said Mama Imelda, catching Hector's gaze. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's going to be awesome, Miguel said. We'll be on stage together playing the same songs we always do. But Rosa and Abel were still a bit uneasy. I don't know, Miguel, said Rosa. I understand, Miguel said. I was scared the first time I performed, but if we practice, it might help calm your nerves. Miguel, Abel, and Rosa slowly started to play their instruments, and eventually the cousins found their groove. The music wasn't perfect, but they were having a great time. Now, Miguel, what's going on here? Asked Abuelita, interrupting the rehearsal. Socorro giggled while Mama and Papa followed. Let's see, Miguel stood up, waving his guitar. We're starting a music group, the Rivera Family Band. I want the whole family to perform together tomorrow at the talent show. I don't think so, no. Let's see, Mijio. No, said Abuelita. Then, out of nowhere, Mama grabbed the guitar. I'll give it a try, she said. I've always wanted to be a musico for a day. Mama struck a terrible chord and grinned. I like this, she said. Although she was delighted, the rest of the family was unimpressed. Well, that was something, said Abuelita, avoiding Mama's gaze. We should get back to preparing the ofrenda. Abuelita's right, said Abel. There's no way we'll be ready in time for the show tomorrow. Let's focus on things we're already good at. The family headed back into the house, leaving Miguel alone. Miguel was frustrated. That hadn't gone as planned. Dante, Miguel's faithful companion, barked, then nudged Miguel's guitar with his nose. Suddenly, a thought struck Miguel. While Mama wasn't a great musician, she had looked so happy when she was thrumming the guitar. He knew Abel and Rosa enjoyed their instruments too. Miguel stood up with renewed determination. Music brought our family together, and this performance is for all the Riveras. Meanwhile, in the land of the dead, Mama Imelda explained her idea. Our music is a way of thanking our living family for remembering us and letting them know how much we still love them. I love to visit our family, but, said Tio Philippe. The living family won't even be able to hear us play, said Tio Oscar, busy finishing his brother's sentence. That might be true, said Mama Coco, but the living riveras will be able to feel our presence and our love. Well, I meant, replied Tia Victoria, it's for family. As the family began to rehearse, Papa Giulio had a moment of sheer brilliance. Hey, should our band be called the Dead Riveras? Yes, that's perfect. That's perfecto, Hector exclaimed. Back in the land of the living, Miguel followed Abuelita into the ofrenda room. He knew that if he could convince her to join, the rest of the family would too. To Miguel's surprise, Abuelita was singing to Socorro. Abuelita, Miguel said, you've got to be part of our band for the talent show. Not again, mijillo, Abuelita said, shaking her head. Please, Miguel said, we're Mama Coco and all the Riveras. It's a way of remembering our family. Abuelita was still conflicted. I spent most of my life shutting out music. I don't even know how to play any instruments. See, la voz, Miguel said. Your voice is your instrument. All you have to do is sing from the heart. Okay, Miguel, she said, grabbing his hand. Let's find the rest of our family and get the band ready. In the land of the dead Riveras have found their rhythm too, and walked over the Marigold Bridge at the same time the living Riveras walked into town with their instruments. Abel's stomach was in knots. I think I'm feeling a little nervous, he said. Don't worry, Abel, Abuelita said with a smile in her voice. No matter what happens, we will be together. Just try to enjoy the celebration. The dead Riveras arrived at Mariachi Plaza to find that the living Riveras were already performing on stage. Look, said Hector, pointing at a nearby sign. It says Rivera Family Band. That means us too, said Papa Giulio. The dead Riveras rushed the stage and joined the band. As the living and dead family members performed together, the love and joy could be felt by them all. This was a great idea, Hector whispered into Mama Imelda's ear. She beamed. The feeling of music and love was electric. The moment was even better than she imagined. In fact, it was the greatest Dia de los Muertos any Rivera could remember. The end.